little early today. Just give me a heads up if I sound okay. YouTube is having some streaming issues. I had a couple of notifications said that it was acting up, but there was 120 people waiting. So I said, let me get on, start talking a little shit, and get with you guys on my weekly live stream coming at you. Talking Shit Tuesday. I wanted to get some Coyote swap questions or motor specific questions as the main topic. And then I'm here to answer all of your stupid flex fuel questions. Like nothing but flex fuel stupidity. That's what's probably going to happen. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Give me a heads up, give me a heads up, give me a heads up. Thumbs up if I sound good, because I have no idea, because the thing started acting up recently. Okay, sounds good, he said. You sound wonderful, Alex, says Michael Charlton. Okay, so let's get right to the Coyote engine question. Today I've gotten 3 or 4 or even 5 questions asking the same thing over and over. People recently blew their shit up because they're going wide open throttle in the in the winter, and all of a sudden the car blows up and they don't know why. So then they go, I want to upgrade my engine. I want to upgrade to something. John Lunn in the house coming at you. John Lunn is a busy man lately, looking at. I'm not even gonna give it away. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Make you guys wait. So. Engine swap questions. How many times do you hear a guy say, I want to upgrade to a Gen 2 motor? I want to upgrade to a Gen 2 motor. Alex, can I just throw a Gen 2 motor in a Gen 1? Alex, I found a Gen 3 motor. It has better compression. Can I use that in my Gen 2? Can I put a Gen 3 motor in my Gen 1? Can I put an F-150 motor in my Gen 1? Can I put a Gen 2 motor in my Gen 1 Mustang? So let me try to go really slow here and give you guys somewhat of a guide as to what engine can fit where with minimal amount of work. So let's say you have a Mustang, Gen 1 Mustang, and it has a Gen 1 control pack or a control system, stock computer 11 to 14 Gen 1. If your motor blows up, what can you put in there? Let's say you want to take the whole motor out, get it out of there, and you want to put a completely different motor in there that is Coyote. What fits? What works? Well, it's really easy. Another Gen 1 motor, whether it be F-150 or Mustang, is your best bet. The biggest determining factor as to what's going to work at that car is the cams and the phasers. Everything has to be Gen 1 control system. Everything has to be Gen 1 control system. Every single little thing. So on a Gen 1 Mustang, 11 to 14, Gen 1 Coyote Mustang, 11 to 14, you can swap a Gen 1 F-150 motor, another Gen 1 Mustang motor, doesn't matter the year, and you can swap any other motor except a Gen 3, as long as you maintain the chains, phasers, and cams from a Gen 1. You could take an F-250 long block, throw it in a Gen 1 Mustang, as long as you have the cams and phasers and chains, all the timing components, all the cam timing components have to be Gen 1. Again, guys, it doesn't matter what engine you put in there. You could put a Gen 1 F-150, Gen 1 Mustang, Gen 2 F-150, Gen 2 Mustang motor in a Gen 1, as long as the cams and chains go in that, go for the generation vehicle. Cams and chains stay the same for the same generation vehicle. So Gen 1 timing components for cams, keep it all with the car. And you can put pretty much any motor in it. Gen 3, forget about it. Forget Gen 3. Literally forget Gen 3 because of the DI. The only thing you can use from a Gen 3 is the short block. So let's say you want a higher compression. You can get the Gen 3 short block, Gen 2 cylinder heads, and Gen 1 timing components. That's what they call the 3-2-1 setup. Gen 3 bottom end, Gen 2 cylinder heads, because the Gen 3 cylinder heads have DI. You can't use DI. You can't control DI on any generation except Gen 3. And Gen 1 timing components. Okay, let's skip over Gen 1 Mustang, going to Gen 2 Mustang. What motors can you use in a Gen 2 Mustang if that shit blows up? Well, another Gen 2 Mustang motor would be nice. And again, same thing. As long as the timing components, the cam timing components, phasers, cams, chains, all of that has to stay with the generation vehicle. So let's say, for instance, my motor blew up. I'd probably look for a Gen 2 Mustang motor or a Gen 2 F-150 motor. Now, this is where shit gets a little wonky. The Gen 2 F-150 motor is lower compression. Okay, it's lower compression. So if I want to keep the timing components, it should work. It is a little bit of a gray area because on swap vehicles specifically, let's say you have a Coyote swap and you have a Gen 2 control pack, Well, if you want to buy a Gen 2 F-150 motor, you should be able to use the motor given that you're using a specially modified power by the hour harness. And then we could tune it just like a Mustang motor. The Gen 2, no different. The tuning wouldn't be any different. Again, if you're going to use a Gen 2 F-150 motor on a Gen 2 Ford Racing control pack, you need a special modified harness from Power by the Hour in order to run it on that control pack. Now, unless you want to get super fancy and take all the timing components out of the sucker, I still think that's going to be a wonky setup based on the crank. Not necessarily going to be a huge issue, but I would just rather keep everything together if it's going to be a swap vehicle. Specifically, it's going to be a swap vehicle, and you can then get the power by the hour harness, and you should be good to go there. On a Gen 2 Mustang, I would keep all the timing components. On a Gen 1 Mustang, keep all the timing components. At no point, I repeat, because some of you guys are so fucking dense, it's not even funny. I repeat, at no point can you put a Gen 3 long block into anything that doesn't have a Gen 3 control system. Same goes for the 10R80. You cannot put a 10R80 in a Gen 1 with a factory control system. You cannot put a 10R80 in a Gen 2 with a factory control system, and vice versa. You cannot put a 6R80 in a Gen 3 with a factory control system, or a Gen 2 6R80 in a Gen 3 with a factory control system. Everything needs to stay with its generation, especially when it comes to the trans. Now, Gen 1 and Gen 2, they're interchangeable. I think there's some trans ID stuff that has to be done and maybe valve body issues, but 6R80 to 6R80, you should be able to swap. Truth be told, my red car has an F-150 6R80 in it. Two-wheel drive F-150 6R80 in it. Not a problem. Tune's the same. Put that bitch in. Not a freaking problem. If it blows up, I'm going to get another one. So a lot of people seem to keep asking the same question, and they buy the parts before. They buy the parts before they figure out what needs to happen. They're like, whoa, Alex, no one told me that well, you didn't ask. You just went ahead and bought this shit. You just went ahead and bought the shit as if it's all good. Hey, I'm just going to buy this stuff and I'll figure it out later. So they buy a Gen 3 motor because, Mars or some crank-a-pallet place said, yeah, this will work in your Mustang. And then your tuner goes, no, bro, it's DI. How are we going to control DI on a car that doesn't have DI control? How are we going to control the 10R80 with a 6R80 control system? What, are we just going to add 4 gears to the tune magically? That's not how it works. Please, 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 before you spend your hard-earned money, because this is not a cheap hobby, as someone mentioned. This is not a cheap hobby. This is a very expensive hobby. If you do not have money, expendable income, this Coyote motor racing hobby is not for you. If you are broke, go get yourself an LS swap shit and have at it and drink your Mountain Dew, get a Freedom Factory tattoo and go get coronavirus. Did you see that when he opened the Freedom Factory? The video supposedly comments got turned off because people were like, "Oh my God, you're holding an event during coronavirus. What's wrong? You're killing people!" And people were just going out of the guy's just trying to have fun, open a racetrack, hang out, do burnouts, yee, flip trucks in the mud, and people were just shitting on him all the time. So again, to recap, Gen 2 motors into Gen 1s, timing components have to stay Gen 1. F-150 Gen 2 motors in a control pack, Gen 2 control pack, you need a special wiring harness from Power by the Hour in order to be able to run that without making too many changes to the motor. So Gen 1 timing components stay with Gen 1. Gen 2 timing components stay with Gen 2. Gen 3 long blocks cannot fit into anything Gen 2 or Gen 1 because there is no DI control. Therein lies the other problem. I don't know if the cam connectors are different, but I think in order to just keep things simple, you can just use the short block. If you want 12-to-1 on a Gen 1 or Gen 2 Coyote, get the short block, get the short block, get the short block. It's not going to be that big of an issue. Things are good. But for whatever reason, people want to be the first. People want to have clout. People go to the Coyote swap forums and they just spew out the most misinformation. And I want to engage. I go, you know what? No. Because everyone wants to be the one that figured shit out. I want to be the one that the one that figured shit out and gave everyone, so then they could say, I figured it out. Okay. Remember when I said to you guys that Adam LZ is not going to have a good time with a 6R80 and a quick 6, a US shift quick 6? Remember when I said that? And you guys were like, oh, he's already got it in there. I'm like, yeah, but it's never going to shift right. It's never going to shift right. Didn't he like change the transmission to a sequential? Because I never heard that car make a good pass without it going 1, 2, 3, 4 right down the track, a wide open throttle, shifting at 7,500 or 8,000 RPMs, whatever the hell the bar wants to swap it into. He would have been better off with a Gen 2 Coyote, 12-to-1 compression, 6R80, and a control pack, and he would have had less issues and spent about, I don't know, $15,000 less dollars and gone faster. But he wanted the likes, and a lot of you guys want to do that. You want to be the first to do shit. I'm going to be the first to put a 10R80 in a Gen 1 control pack. Have at it, buddy. Get the quick 10. Go ahead, get the quick 10. See you later. All you, buddy. Whoa, how's long going to help me? We're not. A lot of people think that tuning can fix, add, or put band-aids on issues that you're having. Tuning can only make your current setup that doesn't have mechanical issues run well. I got a guy right now that's got codes up the ass. He's got fuel pump codes, got throttle body codes, he's got EGR codes, and he's got evap codes. He goes, what can we do about that? I go, you can fix it, brother. You can FYS it. You can fix your shit. I can't do anything about it. TRD, RG Ricky says, I just ordered my 21 F-150. You guys going to develop a tune for it soon? I don't know. Again, you bought shit before knowing if tuning is available. It'll eventually be available. Sure. Is it available right now? No, Ricky. Is it available when you pick up your truck? No, Ricky. And if it's going to be available, are you going to pay a lot more money for that tune than others? Yeah, Ricky. Oh, yeah, Ricky. I'll just drop off my truck in London. They'll R&D it for free. No. Hell no. Hell no. So, again, I would wait. I would have waited to order that truck until tuning was available. Right now, I'm in the market for a tow vehicle for Section 8 and the Fairmont because I have 2 race cars. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate all of you guys. But am I going to buy a 21 F-150? Not unless I know there's tuning available. It supposedly has some new shit on the engine, like displacement on demand, where it's shutting shit off, turning shit on. It's the first year of that, and I'm going to chill the fuck out until that gets figured out. But I sure as hell can buy a Mamalona 2020 Sport, but I can't find them bitches. They're like all gone. They're all freaking gone. Absolutely just disappeared from the market. I'm going to refresh my feed here because apparently I am not seeing the paid chat pop up, and I want to make sure the paid chat pops up so I can actually, look at it and actually have it be organized. There we go. There it is. Okay. Johnny Boy says he's checking in from Austin, Texas. Still supporting that channel with no power, bitch. Oh, glad you do this to keep me sane. What happened to fucking Texas? Yeah, don't mess with Texas. We're bad motherfuckers here. We get shit done. We pop off. We got guns. 5 inches of snow put that bitch on lockdown. You're so tough, Texas. 5 inches. Who knew 5 inches would fuck you up? Texas is such a bad bitch, and it can't take 5 inches. I know girls that take 12, no problem. Texas can't even take 5. Fucking 5 inches. Your shit shut down. Power's out. How is power out? 5 inches. Oh, my, mind blown. Again, I'm sorry you guys are going through that, but 5 inches? You think a lot of people are looking at Texas not going, I ain't moving that motherfucker. The infrastructure's still not good. 5 inches of snow shuts it down. Mind blown. Mind blown that 5 inches. But again, for people that don't have power, I'm sorry. It's going to be cold coming up. Hopefully, it warms up real quick and you guys are... but 5 inches! 5 freaking... I cannot believe 5 inches fucked you guys that bad. And took care of shit. Like, Shut down. Unbelievable. It sucks. It sucks. But I like how people were like, oh, look, it's snowing. Yay. Look at us. We're sliding in parking lots. Woo. Awesome. We never see this. We have no power. Holy shit, it's icy. The roads suck. I can't believe we don't have power. First time. You must be new here. Oh, you must be new here if you think that's going to be a problem. Unbelievable. Please buy WD-40 or a new chair. No. How about that? It's a staple of this channel. When I'm pissed off, it's like, makes all the fucking noise. But thank you for the $100. Appreciate that. That's my sugar mama right there. But Austin, dude, Austin, out of all places. Ugh. Coyote swap on my 92 coupe, unsure of what long block to buy. Your opinion? Car will be a weekend warrior street car NA. Gen 2 is King Daddy. If you have a Gen 2 control pack, that's the way to do it. If you want a Gen 1 auto control pack from Power by the Hour, you got to get a Gen 1 motor somewhere or a Gen 1 F-150 motor, one of those two. SK Performance, Jeff in the house, his channel support homeboy. Everyone at the shop was looking forward to hearing the show tonight. Again, we're talking about what engine goes where and just keep the engine with its generation control pack. Whichever control system you're going to use, use that. I had a guy hit me up on Instagram today, goes, Alex, I heard Holley was the best. What do you think? And I said, who's going to tune it? And he goes, I don't know, Lund. I go, no, we don't tune standalones. That's not, we don't have like a good way of making that like an option on the website. Like how do we like charge you for that? You know, how do we charge you for that kind of tuning? If it's very labor intensive, you got to build a tune from scratch. Oh no, just hit the self-learn feature and you're good to go. All right, and then I said, okay, are you going to lock the cams? He goes, why would I lock the cams? I'm like, I don't trust the VCT control on Holley shit yet. Not that good. Not as good as OEM stuff or Ford Racing Control Pack stuff. I still think the VCT control is superior in Ford Racing Control Packs and stock computers. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, okay. And if you lock the cams, what angle are you going to lock them at? I don't know. Oh, okay. And I want a 6R80. You want a 6R80 with a Holley and locked cam? Dude, get a Ford Racing Control Pack. And he's like, oh, dude, thank God, because this guy was telling me Holley was the best. I'm not saying Holley is bad. If you got a big turbo car that makes 1,500 with a power glide, have at it. Have at it. Grab the Holley shit. Have a badass Holley tuner. Pay him the money he deserves and tune that bitch. But when you're asking me on a street application what you're going to get, Ford Racing Control Pack. Ford Racing Control Pack all day, every day. Then anybody can tune it, not just us. Blows my mind that people still listen to other people and go, what do you think about that? Instead of just hitting us up or hitting up a known tuner and going, hey, is this guy full of shit? And I'm going to say, yeah, he's full of shit. Ian Martha became a new member. Met Ian Martha. That motherfucker's tall as shit. He's like 6'3". That's a big dude. I saw him at Palm Beach International Raceway. He went out there in his Section 8 equipped Charger. By the way, did you hear SRT might be going away? I think it'll be just a reorganization like SVT did, and then Ford Performance came out and it was fine. But the name SRT, people are freaking out. And all those guys on Section 8 right now with their Chargers and Challengers going, what are we going to do? I'm like, what does it matter? You have an RT. You have an RT. It's not even an SRT. Shut up. Oh, man, I can't believe SRT is going to go away, Holmes. Bro, you got a 6-cylinder RT. Shut up. Dirty Dave in the house. Where's he at? Holy shit. Where's Dirty Dave? I ported my headlights to help with the night visibility, and now I can't see. And I asked around on the forums, and everyone said it's tune related. YDBT for the win. Haha K gave me $1. KC526 gave me $100 to say get a new chair. I'll get a new chair, baby. I'll get one of those Recaro racing ones, and I'll strap in. Tango became a new member. Thank you very much. Toting level, the highest level. Boom, bye-bye, gave me $5 and retracted the statement. I love it. Ian Martha says, nice seeing you the other day. Did you give Dora her backpack back? Hey, man, guys got to have their shit ready. And I had all my N-gauges. I had, not N-gauges. I had my GoPros, my laptop ready. I had to come ready. You see me with a backpack? I'm working. I saw you in your Section 8 having ass running 12s with a 392. Or is it a 426? Is that a 426 or 392? I don't know shit about those cars. Michael Nunn says, I run mostly E85, but occasionally can't get that E85 pump. What's the point of uploading a flex tune that on occasion if E85 pulls timing anyway? What? What's the point of uploading a flex tune on that occasion if E85R pulls timing anyway? What the fuck did you just say, dude? Look, I gotta analyze this one. I might need the trophy emoji for this one, Michael Nunn. Do I have to give the trophy emoji? Because I don't know what he's trying to say. The trophy emoji is available for possibly the dumb question of the day. So check out your emojis if you're a member, and there should be a trophy in there. This is a good candidate. I run mostly E85, but occasionally I can't get to an E85 pump. What's the point of uploading flex tune on that occasion if E85R pulls timing anyway? What the fuck are you saying? Read it again, dummy. I run mostly E85, but occasionally can't get E85. What's the point of uploading the flex tune on that occasion if E85R pulls timing anyways? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't even know what that fucking means. If you can't get E85, you can upload the flex tune in the event that you have E50 available, E70 available. Your question almost implies that if you can't get E85, you should be able to stay on the E85 tune with less than 85% quality, and it pulls timing when there's less than 85% ethanol in the tank. Tell me what happens when there's less than 85% ethanol in the tank on an E85R tune. Tell me what happens. Timing gets pulled? No, it runs richer. It runs richer. And the car starts to trim out a bunch of fuel. And your fuel trim starts to go negative because they're trying to trim the fuel out. But E85R tune pulls timing anyway. Kissy face! What the fuck kind of question is that? You got this one. You got this one. This is... Holy shit. I'm going to go... I don't even know. Michael, no, are you Hispanic? Because that question does not make any sense, like, at all. I love you. I love you. Thank you for the money. I appreciate the $5 for the roast job. I don't know. I don't understand the question. Man of War gave me Canadian doll hairs, $14. Thank you very much. Liken them says, I'm in Detroit and it snowed like 8 inches. I looked at my Mustang and walked for 20 minutes to work. I don't hate the weather. I hate the drivers. Very smart. Detonation? Detonation? He says detonation. What happens when you have less than 85% ethanol in the tank? Detonation? I need a SpongeBob. He said detonation. This is why. Could you imagine Michael Nunn's on a forum and he's like, oh, you don't want to run anything less than 85%. You'll get detonation, Holmes. Oh, really? Yeah, 100%. The fuck? If you buy a Holly pack and don't know how to tune it, you're just an idiot. Matt 2011 GT, some people should just pay a guy who specializes in Holly to tune it. But that guy's going to charge you good money. He's not going to be $300, $400, $500 tune. That guy that can do a good job tuning standalones, he's going to charge you good money. And he should. Crazy that you have to go over what control pack. In what gen, bichos? Thank you, Javier Gonzalez. Nick Sparks says, channel support Ford or Holly for our twin turbo jet boat we are building. Okay. If you're going to keep it drive-by-wire and VCT, Ford Racing Control Pack. If it's going to be dumbass shit, lock cams, and turn dumb shit, you can do a Holly. It's fine. But in my opinion, if you're going to keep VCT, that's the determining factor. Are you willing to lock the cams? I know people say Holly has VCT control. That's all fine and dandy. I prefer Ford Racing or OEM control systems to control VCT way better than any standalone so far. Again, I'm very careful with my words. Warren Bartlett became a new member, Bicho level. Sonic Blue for the win says, hey Alex, I sent you a DM, but wondering if you could tune a Dinosaur 03 Cobra. I got the MPVI HP tuner, single turbo, return fuel system. Sorry, sir, we will not be tuning that car. Unfortunately, it's just become a car that we don't support anymore. We get one tune every 3 months. It's just not something that we're looking to support, especially being with the kind of system that you got. It's probably straightforward and probably built well, but we're just not. We need stuff that brings us volume. And what's hot right now is Mustang and F-150, Mustang and F-150, even EcoBoost 2.7 and EcoBoost 3.5 is popping. Cobra, unfortunately, has been gone by the wayside. Even 07 to 10 GT500s are going by the wayside. People are just going, let me just get an 11 and up, wide bands, bada bing, bada boom, and you're done. So sorry, unfortunately, Sonic Blue for the win. I personally won't support that application, but if Senior wants to get froggy, you want to hit up lundracing.com and ask that question there. We'll see, but I won't be tuning it personally. Matt, 2011 GT says, don't run Pump 85 if you're going to race. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. You can run Pump 85 if you're going to race. If it is testing 85%, you can run E85 from the pump. What do you think's in the Fairmont? What do you think's in the red car? What do you think it's in most race cars? Pump E85. Now, if you're making what? 500? I even think up to 1,000 or 1,100 Pump E85 is fine if it tests 85%. Again, when I say pump E85, that means 85%. When I say pump ethanol, it can be anything, 70, 60, whatever. So if I'm testing and it's 85% ethanol, I'd race with that shit. I'd put Section 8 on E85 from the pump all the time and go watt. It don't matter. If you want better quality stuff, yeah, you get ethanol 1R, you get C85, you get Ignite, whatever. But Pump E85 is fine if it tests 85%. Does not surprise me that SRT is going away. Dodge has literally not changed the 392 since 2011, aside from the 8-speed training in 2015. Take care. Thank you, Ethan Hack. Boom Bye Bye says, so what happened to the N-Gage, Alex? Are you guys going to get something better? And it was nice meeting you at PBIR. Boom Bye Bye. Who are you? Who are you? Who's Boom Bye Bye? I met you at PBIR. So Boom Bye Bye. We don't make the N-Gage. I still don't understand how people don't understand that we don't make the N-Gage. We never made the N-Gage. All we did was tune and provide tuning for the N-Gage. Emotion, the makers of the N-Gage, said, we're out of business. About a week before we fucking knew that, we're done. Okay, they're done. We don't make anything. We never made anything. We provided our firmware to be able to tune it. So if you got an SET or an old school Lund Racing N-Gage hovering around, you're good to go. Plain and simple. But we never made devices. We only made calibrations. Nathan Meckler says, what's up, Alex? Channel support. I'm surprised that no one has asked if OPGs are interchangeable from Gen 1 to Gen 2 and Gen 3 Coyote. P.S. SK Performance Jeff is a pickle puffer. They are not interchangeable. So if you got a Gen 1, look at a crank sprocket. I think the crank sprocket is what is different. I'm sorry. Oil pump gears, I think they're interchangeable, but a crank sprocket is different because the chains are different. The reason I mentioned a crank sprocket is because that's kind of what you're going to upgrade. If you're going to get OPGs, you might as well upgrade the crank sprocket. And if I'm not mistaken, the crank sprockets are different between Gen 1 and Gen 2. I don't think the oil pump gears are different between Gen 1 and Gen 2. I think they're all the same. Let's look it up. And it's going to be TSS oil pump gears. Don't ask me about any others. Don't ask me about any others. Mustang Performance Billet Steel. Wow. American Muscle has TSS oil pump gears from Beefcake Racing. Beefcake Racing right here. So TSSs are, yeah, so here we go. Triangle Speed Shop designed these billet oil pump gears for the 11 to 18. So Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 3. So oil pump gears are not specific to the generation, but I think the crank sprocket is. Let me see. The crank oil pump gears. If you need the full so let's look at the crank sprocket gear. Oh no, I thought it was different because the chains were different. Ooh, what's happening? What's happening? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Fitment. Yeah, that's a funky one. Oh, here we go. So here we go. Application. I knew it. So Gen 1 is one part number. So Gen 1 crank sprocket is different than Gen 2. And I don't know about Gen 3 yet. It doesn't say anything about Gen 3. But they might be different too. So anyway, yeah, I was right. The Gen 1 and Gen 2 crank sprockets are different. So, just giving you a heads up on that one. Okay. Here we go. Nathan Meckler, he said Jeff's a pickle puffer, so keep puffing on that pickle. SK Performance Jeff. Vinyl Freaks and Company became a member. Thank you very much. Hopefully the shirt sales are doing good over there. Hopefully you're getting some dough your way. Bancho, says David Williams. Where do I go to become a member? You probably already said it. My bad in advance. I sold my S550, but I still love watching this channel along with TDC, that dating channel. Been watching since the YOLO douchebag days. If you go to my main page on a computer, it says join KC526. Please do me a favor and put up the link for mobile users that want to join the channel and become members. Please do me a favor and put that link up. That is the mod. Her and YouTube Corp Banner Free Speech are the mods. Blown Chevelle says, hey Alex, I got a 16 Mustang Auto Paxton 3.3 pulley E85 7675 Lambda on the lean side for full throttle. No, that's a slightly on the rich side. We like running them a little on the rich side. That's very safe. I'm willing to even run the car at 0.81, just to give you some headroom. But this is very safe. 0.75 that's on the rich side. That might also mean that you have not so great quality ethanol in the tank. But because if we're commanding that Lambda, actually commanding that Lambda should be at that Lambda all the time. Commanded is about 0.77, 0.76. It's a bit on the rich side, but it's very safe. On a race application, I'm willing to go 0.8, 0.81, which is about 11 to 4, 11 to 5 air fuel ratio if you're going by that calculation. Poor Boy said, homie support. Thank you very much, Poor Boy. I appreciate you. Michael Nunn says, God damn, Alex, roast me enough. I only followed your advice, and I'm not going to be an annoying customer like some. I ask you because I'm no expert. You got it. What you're telling, okay, if you cannot get 85%, let's say anything under 75% ethanol, I would not run the E85R tune. Anything under 75% ethanol, 75 or so percent ethanol, I would run the Flex Tune and let the Flex Tune logic work and let it learn whatever it's going to learn. But if you're above 75 or above 80, you can shove in the E85R Tune that it's dedicated for 85% ethanol. And if it's less quality, less percentage than less than 80 or 75%, and you have a dedicated E85R Tune, it's just going to run a little rich. That's it. It's not going to pull timing. It's just going to run rich. It's going to pull fuel. It's not going to pull timing. DeCanes says, channel support for all the laughs. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Something to look forward to where you guys are snowed in. I thought my viewers would be down because Texas is out of power. It's not coming in high power. Matt 2011 GT gave me 50 doll hairs and says, my point is that you don't need a standalone unless you're making high power. 7.5 piston shat. At that point, you should already know who you're paying to tune your shat if you can't do it yourself. Otherwise, just keep to the proven setups. 100%. In my opinion, standalones have a lot. There's a place for standalones. Standalones to me is something when you have a boost controller an internal boost controller, bump box, all this stuff integrated, and you're okay with rewiring the whole vehicle to make it all fit and look nice and dandy. That's all good. But if you're looking to make 1,000 or 1,100 and under and have a fast street car, you don't need anything more than a Ford Racing control pack. Guys, both Gooses, Gray Goose, Blue Goose. Gray Goose goes 740s. Blue Goose goes 760s. Both have Ford Racing Gen 2 control packs and factory 6R80 control for the transmissions. No Holley, no AEM, nothing against those guys. But it has stock Ford shit. What are you going to do to control the hardware? Cassius R. I'm sorry. SoCal Bronco. Would you trust a dealer to put in billet oil pump gears, or should I pay a Mustang shop? I would trust a dealer. Absolutely. They're trained to do that shit. Absolutely. If a dealer tech cannot install oil pump gears, he should be fired. Currently building a Gen 3 Coyote stock car. Are you guys able to load custom tunes for me on the Coyote stock computer from Ford Performance, or will I need a separate ECU? That's a good question. Do me a favor, Cassius R. I don't know the specifics of that computer. Is the factory stock computer like locked and you can't shove other tunes in it? I think you can. If not, why not just get another computer? Or it has to be a control pack computer, if I'm not mistaken. And because I think Ford Racing puts their own tune on it. I don't know if it's unlocked, but I'm pretty sure if it's a regular ass Ford Racing control pack, Gen 3, we should be able to put a tune on it unless something special about that one that's locked. But as far as I know, nothing's locked from Ford when it comes to control packs specifically. Matt Twin Living T says, my bad, pump ethanol. Got me. Thank you. See, he understands. He's got it. And we got a bunch of new members. White Fox 05, Pat 50, and Davian Williams. We got Bicho level, Totin level, and another Bicho level. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. We have about 140 members, meaning you're going to get exclusive content, members only chat where I stick wrenches up my ass, torque wrenches. You're going to get videos before the public sees them. I am working on a 45-minute long power steering upgrade video for the Fairmont. That's going to be very tech heavy and showing you what I install, this and this and that. It's taken me over a week to film it. It's not going to be spectacular, but it's going to be full of information, full of information. Unreal. Osis Coyote, thank you, Alex, for all the help and knowledge. Osis Coyote is one of those good guys. He's over there in the valley flipping for $100. He's going to have a pretty badass setup pretty soon. Got some transports in. He's going to be rolling out there. And I want to see you on the Valley and Desert Racing channels beating people, bro. Or at least racing and having fun out there. But don't be betting $2,600. Fuck's wrong with you guys? How do y'all get the money? Osis, how do y'all have that much money to put together? How do y'all have that much money to put together? Like a whole side puts 5,000. You guys just show up to the street with $1,000 in your pocket just in case every week. That's a lot of money. Oh, that scared me. I'm like, what the fuck did I put in this? And it's like a fizzy drink. Oh yeah. Okay, we go into the peasant chat. Tom Alessio says, hey, Alex, I got an 18 GT with E85 free-flowing exhaust, 305s in the back, cars NA, and the 315 is best gear, or would a 355 or 373 be better for the quarter mile? I still think the 315 is good for that car. But since you don't have a converter, you're going to need a mechanical advantage, right, to get out of the hole. So I think a 331 would be good in between than a 373 or a 355. I think it's best just to have something in between because eventually you're going to upgrade it, right? You're going to put a blower on it. And all of a sudden, those 373s or 355s with a blower, even a second gear launch tune, you're going to be well into seventh gear and the car's going to hate life if you go down the track after you boost it. But if you're going to stay NA for a very long time, I like 331s. It's an in-between gear, or keep the 315s and get a converter. That's my opinion, sir. My guy, I love LS engines, but I'm here to learn about Coyotes. Give it a rest. Alex Perkins, give what a rest? What's happening? I didn't rag on LS engines. What's going on? Not today, anyway. Kyle Brandon in the house, Sugar Daddy. Hope all is well with you. Osis Coyote, what is up? Osis and Kyle are going to link up and just go eating every single time. Guys, follow Osis Coyote on Instagram. That dude posts the most bomb-ass food. I don't know where he's at, but the food he posts on his Instagram makes me want to just go down there and visit. What type of hair products do you use? Texas is pretty much shut down. It's time to work on the wire harness tuck while listening to you. I'm telling you, how can 5 inches? When have you ever heard that 5 inches damaged someone so bad? I've never heard of anyone say, man, I gave her 5 inches and she's fucked up for 3 days. But a whole state got 5 inches and they're fucked up for days. I mean, y'all badasses, gun this, gun that, shooting hogs, badass. Look at us, cowboy, longhorn, this and that. 5 inches. 5 inches. Fucked you up. Come on. Massachusetts got KC526 up in somewhere, northeast somewhere, probably has 2 feet of snow on the ground. Lund Racing has gotten nothing but snow in Pennsylvania for 2.5 weeks. Their work every day. Go to Dunkin' Donuts, go watch a movie. Well, you can't watch a movie. They're fucking shut down in Pennsylvania. You know what isn't shut down? Florida. Ain't shut down. You see how Tom Brady's just throwing the Super Bowl trophy all over the fucking bay? Fuck it. We're good. We're open. Jeff S. became a member, Bicho level member. Thank you, sir. Darian Houston says, what's the status on the coming into high power and hoodies? Hey, Vinyl Freaks and Company, give us an update on the coming in a little too high power hoodies and shirts. Was the pre-order met and when can they expect shipping? Okay, 5 times 3 Alex is that girth. I love that joke, man, where a woman says, give me 12 inches and make it hurt. So I fucked her 4 times and punched her in the head. Andrew Howard says, hey, Alex, I want to make 750 to 800 in my Gen 2 MT82 car. He meant MT82. He really wrote down my 82 car. Love to turbo it, but quite frankly, don't have turbo money. I've been looking into Vortec and Paxton. What do you recommend? I recommend a Vortec or Paxton. You can make 750 no problem with either race gas or E85, right? If you have E85 in your area, you can put a return style fuel system in that guy. Any Vortec or Paxton with a 3.3 pulley can make that kind of power pretty easily with good high octane fuel. Marco Ruelas became a Bicho level. Thank you very much for becoming a Bicho level member. Matt 2011 Cheese says, and Texas is a big state like a hot dog down the hallway big. Texas looks like that girl that has a fat, you guys been with girls, she got that fat ass, and you're like, man, I don't got enough dick to take care of that ass. There's so much ass in that shit. This dick ain't gonna do shit. And then when you slide in there, you can't even get it halfway in. That's Texas. Texas is big and showy and the boobs and the ass. And then you slide a pinky in there and it's fucking screaming. Ah! Ah! Ee! 5 inches! 5 inches, y'all shut down. What the fuck? Last night we got 14 inches of snow in northern Ohio, but did y'all shut down? If you ain't used to snow and you ain't prepared for it, it'll fuck everything up. Hell, they're used to snow in Oregon and Washington, and yet they were out of power and roads all closed. Look, truth be told, Florida drivers cannot even drive in the rain. Florida drivers can't drive in the rain. It rains here, massive accidents, fucking cars flipping. Shoo! I'm like, wow. So imagine if they get some snow in Florida. You think Texas is bad. Florida will absolutely go into a state of emergency if 2 inches falls and the weather gets under 40 degrees. It would be a fucking nightmare. There was some times where North Florida got some snow, which I don't consider that really Florida. Florida to me starts at Port St. Lucie. And I couldn't imagine Florida be way worse. But I got to make fun of Texas because Texas talk all this shit. And they're badasses. 5 inches. I would message Lund, but okay. But hey, Alex, I have a 14 track pack, long tube, Roush blower, and I'm wondering, besides the Lund tune and free flowing exhaust, what else do I need to run to run a mid to low 10, 722 or 69 millimeter pulley? Okay, 72 millimeter or 69 millimeter. You're gonna need. Wow, you're gonna need a return style fuel system or race gas or just a better fuel system in general if you're not gonna run the 85 to make a 72 millimeter or a 69 millimeter pulley work on a Roush 2.3. It's gonna make a lot of boost, and you don't have enough fuel system, and pump gas is just not enough. So if you can get race gas in it and maybe like a D-Trux 400 pump if you're not going to use the 85, but if you are going to use the 85, you absolutely need a return style fuel system to be able to run those pulleys and run the number that you want to run. Stop saying Texas, you mean Cali too. Yeah, it's Cali too. California Junior. I'm going to call Texas California Junior. Harris County is blue, guys. Harris County is blue. Harris County. 2020 elections. Results. Harris County. Let me see the map. Is there a map? Because I want to see the map. I love fucking with Texas. See, Texas gave me that vibe that they were going a little flaky. Pretty election map. They were getting a little flaky real quick. And I know they talk a big game, but it'll be blue as fuck. Let me see. Where's Harris County? Here we go. Is this 2020? The blue dots in the red political. Yeah, there we go. Houston. No, this is way back when. This is an old map. This is 2016 map. I want a 2020 map. Top 10 early. Harris County. What year? What year was this released? Is this true? No freaking way. Is this true? This is Texas 2020? This was Houston? Sorry, I keep saying Texas, but I'm thinking Houston. Texas is mostly red. But this is, see, because you guys don't know how voting works. This is how you guys look at a map and you go, whoa, Texas is mostly red. So there's no fucking way it's going to be, there's no way it's going to be. Okay, listen, motherfucker. All this bullshit in red, there's probably 15 people and 8,000 cows. but the highest populations are in San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, Houston, and El Paso, I guess, Laredo and Corpus. Corpus is the only big city that is red. So, if by population, in terms of numbers, forget the whole map. It's the amount of people that vote. And if there's 5 billion people in Houston and 40 everywhere else, all it takes is one little city to turn the whole state blue. People, I guess, don't understand how election maps work. Oh, it's mostly red. There's nobody up there, dude. There's nobody up there. Not a Coyote owner yet, Alex, but regardless, I enjoy watching all of your videos and learning along the process. So here's a small donation. Future Tacuache in the making. La Mamalona. Juan Resendez, thank you very much, sir. Carlos LTX says, 18 F-150. What supercharger do you like for 700 to 800? And what other supporting mods would you need? Thanks. For 800 horsepower, any TVS, even a believe it or not, ProCharger makes an F-150 kit, and so does Whipple. For my money, I do a Whipple kit because it's tried and true, makes good nut down low. With the 85 and 15, 16, 17 pounds of boost, it should make a lot of freaking power. 800 should be easily attainable with the newest generation of the Whipple, and I think they're coming out with a Gen 5 version for the, I think they had the Gen 3 version, now they're going to have a Gen 5 version. I am way fucked up on the gens. They got a Gen 3 3.0, then a Gen 5 3.0, and now they're going to have like a Gen 5 3.8, then a Gen 8, and then a billet, and then this dick, and the, oh my God. Whipple, Odin, a TVS, or Roush, not a Gen 3 Roush, so let me shut up about that. Whipple or a ProCharger, because I think that's the only thing that's really available for Gen 3, but I would always prefer a Whipple on that certain combination. Mr. Jimmy Jams in the house, give me $10, thank you very much. Hopefully the girl got over her period. You can smash the friends with benefits. Matt 2011T says, just a donation to a solid dude with a big heart who's been screwed over enough to hate people. People suck. Where is that? I mean, you're right. You're 100% right. But was there a conversation that I wasn't aware of? But yeah, I've gotten fucked over. I have gotten fucked over not only by people, but companies. And not because I did something to them. It's because I stopped repping them. At the end of the day, the reason I don't rep a lot of companies, parts companies and stuff like that, I rep people that I'm friends with or friendly with. And I know that they're good people in the background. So Power by the Hour, great guys. Lund Racing, obviously I work for them and they're great guys. But I'm not just going to rep anybody because they give me parts. At the end of the day, my reputation matters more to me than the parts that I'm going to get from you. So when I say, thanks, but no thanks, I'm going to move on from that shit, those companies get salty, really salty. And what do? They try to get you fired, try to get you in trouble. I can't believe Alex said that about us. What are you going to do about it, buddy? He said something that's not work related. It's almost like your personal life literally affects your professional life. Let's say, for instance, I work at a big pharma. Let's say I work at, a paper mill. Let's say I'm a doctor. Let's say I'm a doctor. And I'm at a softball game. And I hit a fucking bomb. And I go, yeah, suck my dick, other team. And the other team goes, I'm going to tell the hospital he said to suck our dicks after he hit a 400-foot bomb with a BB Corvette or whatever the fuck they got now. That's how it is now. You can't have a personal life and talk any shit on your personal life because it'll have some idiot, some Karen will go up to your boss and go, he was at Publix and he said the Haas avocados were stacked weird. Fire him. Cancel culture is unbelievable. Alex and Kyle, check IG. I just tagged you. Pull up. Oh shit, you got some food, bitch? You got some food? Let me see what kind of food you got. Oh shit, what is that, son? What the fuck? Look at Osis. Damn, Osis. Look at the fucking food. What the fuck? Look at that shit, bro. Yeah, man. Unbelievable. People don't like success, man. Ultra successful people, however, help people become successful, kind of like Lund. All these guys with big trucks in Texas, what that do not know how to drive in the snow or ice, but yet here I am driving in my Mustang. I love guys that have these big lifted yee mobiles and they're spinning out. I'm like, how are you spinning out? First of all, they don't plow in Texas. The roads are cold as fuck, so the snow sticks. You gotta drive on that bitch like it's ice. That means 5 miles an hour. That's what we love you at SK Performance. Thank you, sir. Do you know how many people? Yeah, thank you. Also, SK Performance, great guys. You know, look, everyone that's on my sponsors page, they're legit fucking dudes. There have been companies, bro, that I wish I could tell you the companies specifically that went out of their way to fuck me over. Because then I'm giving them, I don't want to, this is how fucked up my brain is. I don't want to get them in trouble. I don't want to get them in trouble because they fucked with me. Because I can damage some people, but I'm not that guy. I'm just going to remember the shit you did. So anytime anyone suggests anything and says, Alex, what do you think about this company? Fuck them. I'm not going to say it publicly out there on a forum like this. I'm going to say on a personal level, yo, what do you think about this company? Fuck them. That's how you do it. Word of mouth. Not publicly, because I don't want them to lose business on a mass scale based on my opinion, but they definitely wanted me out of the worst thing that happened to me after the worst thing that happened to me, to all these companies, is me staying in the industry. And then I became a known guy in the industry. And then I became credible and valid and legit. And people were like, fuck, we can't talk shit on Alex because now he has some power. I would never abuse the power because with great power comes great responsibility. I lost Spider-Man. 67 Fairlane Coyote became a member. Thank you for to Puti level, the good level, the big level. Alexander Salvia selling cars. Hey, Alexander Salvia, if you're still selling cars, buscamos una mamalona. I want a F-150 2020, not 2021. 2020 F-150 mamalona. That means a regular cab. The bumpers match the paint. It can't have fucking rubber floor mats. Let me know what you guys got out there. He goes, I got a sleeper tune turbo kit I'm about to have installed. I have a booster pump. DX400 with FC1 1000 injector. Oh my God, he's got these parts I've never heard of. My question is, do I need a JMS voltage regulator? What the hell? Mr. Salvia, all you need is the Deechworks 400 pump, no JMS booster pump. FIC 1000Hs are fine. You should be good to go, sir, if you're going to stay on pump gas. No E85 for that setup. If you want E85, you need a return style fuel system. Dirty Dave says 20 manual. I want to run 2200 V7. No emissions here, so free flow is no problem. And I have no problem doing return style fuel system and would like to be around 750. Your opinion on which fuel to run? E85. If you have E85 in your area, that's the fuel you run. If you do not have E85 in your area, you have to run some kind of high octane fuel. Thank you for the $10. Pat to Pat says, Alex, first time donating. Love the content. Trying to get a 10-speed. Thanks for the last bitch out. Thank you very much. Trying to get a 10-speed like a bicycle or like the 10R80. Oh, shit. Look at the hashtags. I love it. I'm sorry. I'm on the paid chat. So if the peasant chat's lit, I'm on the paid chat right now. Troy Johnson says, what's up, Alex? First, from all of your testing and tuning, what is the best closed intake on the market, or is a stock box King Daddy? Again, Troy Johnson, for what application? If your car has no mods, manifolds, cats, pump gas, stock air box. If you are going max effort, let's say you port the manifold, free flow and exhaust, long tubes, E85, the Steeda closed airbox does pretty good with the insert in. I fucking repeat, guys, with the insert in, with the insert in, with the insert in. If you do not want idle issues, Steeda closed airbox with the insert in if you're going max effort CJ or ported manifolds. If you're a bitch ass E85 dude, stock airbox. Stock airbox with a drop-in filter. Man of War became a bitch level member. Thank you very much. Matt 2011 GT says, my first Mustang was in 1997, and I learned how to drive stick in Brockton, Mass. Snow. I could put it in first gear and get out and watch the tire spin. I can drive my S197 in almost anything. S197 is actually good in snow. With some Blizzax, it's hard to beat. How to make a 19 F-150 Coyote make the same power as a 19 Mustang GT. MKH, you mod it exactly the same. You modded exactly the same. The F-150 Gen 3 motor is the same compression as the Gen 3 Mustang motor. The difference is, I think, in the high pressure fuel pump and the cams, because they control the high pressure fuel pump, so they're different. But in terms of power output, they're very similar. You can make 900 real easily on an F-250 motor with twin turbos like nothing. Sorry, S95 says Matt 211 GT. We understood what you're saying. And he paid extra to correct himself. I love it. John Paxson says, I got a full bolt-on E85 CJ MMR ported head NPR cams, built bottom end 549 wheel on my 1450 Lund tune. None of that Aleph man crap. Whoa. Hey, I just I just read what he put out there. You know, trying to give suckers some shine. I don't mention other tuners because why, you know? But hey, I just read your question. What you showed was Saturday dinner. I just posted an Australian Wagyu tomahawk. You did? What the fuck, bro? The other stuff looked better to me. I don't know. I don't see any tomahawk there. It just says delivered to Ontario. Oh, shit. No, it looks the same to me. What you should... Okay. What the hell is a Blizzak? What's a Blizzak? A Blizzak? Bro. Yo, these guys don't know, man. Yo, these guys don't know what a Blizzak is. You don't know what a fucking Blizzak is? It's the best fucking snow tire on the planet. Bridgestone Blizzaks. You can put a plow in front of a Mustang and this bitch will get it done. The Bridgestone Blizzak is the king daddy of snow tires, in my opinion. Every Mustang I had a Bridgestone Blizzak, and I never, look at them little teeth. I never got stuck anywhere. I never got stuck anywhere with a Bridgestone Blizzak. What's a Blizzak? How dare you not know what a Blizzak is? Whoo-wee. Only snow motherfuckers know a Blizzak. Blizzak. It's a snow tire. Badass. It's a badass tire. If you live in the snow and you daily drive your Mustang, you need an extra set of Mustang wheels with Blizzaks, 2 50-pound bags of sand in the trunk. You're fucking welcome. That won't get stuck anywhere. Osis is eating $100 steaks. That he's doing good. We're doing something wrong when homeboy's got Wagyu steak on deck. BF Goodrich winter tire. It's badass. It's a badass tire. If you don't know Bridgestone Blizzaks, what is wrong? Do you even know? What? I get it. You live in Texas or some, you know, the big state that can't take 5 inches. But if you live in the north where there's snow and you don't know what a Blizzak is, shame on you. Shame on you. Looking for a house in Port St. Lucie after seeing what you can get for your dollar yet? No, I'm not looking for a house in Port St. Lucie. You can't catch me dead in Port St. Lucie. I'd rather rent a badass joint on the Intercoastal in West Palm Beach than have a badass house in Port St. Lucie and everything is closed at 9 o'clock. Have you played with oxygenated E85? Yeah, it's called, what was that other shit? FTW. That FTW purple shit. C85 is oxygenated. There's a lot of oxygenated fuels out there. Mass holes represent. Mass holes assemble. Alex, great content. I'm considering buying a 2021 F15. Wow. Really? That's pretty badass. You can afford an F15? Damn. So are you going to get the extra tanks? Or are you going to, I mean, I don't know if you're going to get the extra tanks or the extra, I mean, that's pretty badass. I mean, there's an EX version. There's also, what else? Yeah, I mean, there's a Navy version. There's a U.S. Air Force version. I mean, dude, good for you. I think they're a couple $1 billion. Badass. Good for you, man. Good for you. He's going to get an F-15. Sorry, I don't know shit about airplanes, but good for you for being able to afford an F-15. But really, want the 5.0 Illuminator. What's that have to do with an F-15 airplane? Are the Illuminator crate engines still available? Better Way Solutions. You'd have to hit up Ford Racing because I don't know if they're available or not. I think they still are. Gen 3 Illuminators are a thing, if I'm not mistaken. McLeod RXT or RST for 18 Mustang GT that is stock street-driven RST. RST. The RXT, according to Ben Calamer, should be behind a tractor because it's too aggressive and it'll break the gears. but I'm going to use it anyway because I don't give a fuck if it blows up because I'll just sunbend the trend and say, fix it, bro. And then I'll put a softer clutch on it if it needs it. Our Stage 3 became a bitcho level member. Thank you very much. Alex, would you still recommend a Hoosier Slick with a Turbo 400? Or do you think an Mickey Thompson ET Street R is better? Still stock rear end, street digs, and track only. If you don't mind some suspension setup, street digs, I would always recommend a Hoosier Slick. Street digs, bias ply. So based on your use, street and track, I would do a bias ply. I ordered a set of Hoosiers, and they're yet to come in because they were 2 weeks back ordered. But I ordered a set of Hoosiers. Once they go on the red car, you're going to see a lot of red car street shit content for sure. Launching off the trans brake shit, going through all of my pimp juice shit. Alex, if I buy a 2021 F15, can you give me the chop tune? I mean, that motherfucker's buying a plane. That boy's, I'm buying an F15. I'm like, you're buying a plane? Man. I want an F-15C, says Alex Perkins. You know what I'm talking about? Alex's favorite song. What song is he talking about? Blizzaks are great. The BF Goodrich Winter Slalom. And they were pretty good too. Blizzaks are the best. Thank you, the Danimal, for giving me the props. That's my dream jet. I'm jealous. Alex Perkins says F-15. Everyone's laughing at F-15. Luntoon Jet. You're buying a plane, says KC526. I saw one car fatality in town, 30-mile-per-hour zone. It was a Mustang in the snow in Carmel, Indiana. Ooh, that sucks. We'll loan offer a tune for the F-15. Look, we got to get the files from from some sources, but we need one in person. So do us a favor. If you have an F-15, hit us up at support@lundracing.com and ask us if we can tune one yet. We're not sure if the U.S. government, who makes the F-15? Is it Boeing? So we got to see if Boeing released the stuff to HP tuners yet. Hit up Eric Brooks and say, hey, Eric Brooks, did HP tuners crack the Boeing operating system for the F-15? Alex wants to know so he can tune it. Did you add the new sound effects? What sound effects? I added this guy, just one. That's all I added. I didn't add the slurping. I really don't. Look, guys, I want some time to relax. I can't be working 24/7. Poor guy. Can Lund tune that? Blizzaks blow them Corvettes off in the weeds. What rear end setup do you recommend for an 88 looking at Strange 35, spline and spool, and it's a track only car? That's a good way to go. Strange 35s, 5/8 studs if you can swing it and get the wheels for that. And it's a S50, S550. Yeah, get the longer studs, the Ford Racing bearing extended stud, bearing kit or whatever for the hub assembly. I wouldn't do a spool though, but it's a good idea if it's going to be track only, if it's an S550. So yeah, 35 spline, spool if it's track only, and party. Looking for love in all the wrong places. That dating channel reference. When will Lund offer a lobe tune for the F-150s? Never. I hope never. I hope we never even develop it. And if someone develops it, get it tuned by them. I don't care. I hope we never develop a cam lobe tune for it. Oh my God, I'm getting destroyed. I'm getting hit up like crazy. I have a 13 GT and my car won't go into gear at higher PM. Clutch? Yes, VJ Rator. VJ. What a name. Could you imagine being named, love you, VJ? Oh, VJ Rator? Your name is VJ Rator. Wow. VJ Rat Whore. Oh, man. In his country, that's probably normal, I was born in Indiana. Fuck you, bro. Sure you were. Michelin X Ice, not bad. You're a YouTuber. You should be grinding 24/7. Just kidding. I'm not a YouTuber yet. If anything happens at Lund Racing, I'll be buying a Dodge Demon. I'll be buying a 2020 GT500 and blowing it up with 30 degrees. I'll be doing all that shit. South Florida Z06 says 1,000 wheel horsepower in the 85. What pumps? Dual or triple pumps? So the Fairmont is on two 285s, and it seems to be pretty damn good. Two 285s, and it's killing it, and it's about mid 900s to the wheel. But to have headroom, it's not a bad idea to get triples just in case. I do have 3 pumps in the Fairmont, but I'm running 2. I'm running a 274 and a 285 and have an extra 274 in case I start to run out of fuel. VJ Radhorse says immigrant parents. Fucking, could you poor guy. Imagine you're like in school. Billy Smith here. Mike Johnson here. VJ Radhorse here. Man, a sound clip of the Tacuache song would be amazing. I've been trying to find that song all weekend. Which one? La Troquita? La Troquita? La Troquita? Really? Mi Troquita. I think it's Obsesión, Mi Troquita. Is that what you're talking about? This is the song. I mean, you don't know the song? Mi Troquita, cumbia. Shut up. Here we go. Obsesión, Obzesion, Mi Troquita Cumbia. I cannot play it long, guys. I will copyright me, YouTube. God damn it, man. It's just some tacuaches in a parking lot, bro. Where the fuck did you guys go? It just disappeared. Warhawk, man, I'm trying to get yours. Alex, I currently have a 16 GT intake, E85 Luntune Racing. And my job, they got an 18 GT for 28,000. Should I upgrade both cars or manual? The 18 Mustang is just going to be way quicker. I like the transmission on the Gen 2 and Gen 1 way better than the Gen 3 because the Gen 3 gear splits are huge and it doesn't feel that much quicker. But once I put an E85 tune in my 2018, that bitch was fun as hell to drive, and it made almost 450 wheel with just an E85 tune. Your thoughts on the S650 all-wheel drive? Do you think it's true? So I saw the Steeda video where Chris Cervenka was talking about the S650 potentially being all-wheel drive. That would be amazing. And that would be even more amazing if it stayed Coyote. I really hope they do that. I really, really hope they have an all-wheel drive Coyote. That'd be so freaking cool because now Coyotes, Mustangs, can race F-150s on the street. Right now, an S550 versus a four-wheel drive F-150, Mamalona, it's a problem in the 60-foot. How do you trigger your third pump? It could be a hop switch or Ford More Performance. I would just run it 3 all the time. The blue GT500 Section 8 has 3 pumps running all the time. I don't drive it long. That bitch doesn't have an issue. I don't have an issue with the heating up the fuel. The car it doesn't do anything, doesn't have any adverse effects. But you can do it with a hop switch if you'd like, like at 5 PSI. Show my boy Chris your expert knowledge on the Mustangs, Ryan Rodriguez. Hop switch, someone said El Coyote. What shop do you recommend in the Treasure Coast, Palm Beach area to install a trans and clutch on a Gen 1? None. You said Palm Beach or Treasure Coast? None. I don't know any. I'm looking for a shop so that I can rent, put a lift in it, and do all the work myself. I, right now, cannot recommend any shop. Mikey from Power by the Hour does work on the side, but you'd have to get with him. He's a very busy guy. But shops, you said shops in the Palm Beach, Treasure Coast area, I personally don't trust any to get it done. Not yet. Nope. Bird Call says, never hit mute so goddamn fast. Well, you don't like Mexican music? I'll go copyright Ham just to fuck with Bird Call. Alex, how's Donnie Renfro doing after the wreck? Donnie Renfro. He stayed in it like an idiot. Alex, when are you buying a Mamalona to tow the Stangs? A Coyote? Based on the memberships? Probably pretty soon. Based on the memberships alone? Probably pretty soon I'll be getting a Mamalona. But damn, I got to find room for all these cars. Damn. Thanks for everyone who answered. Hobby Luna, Ricky, KC526. What tires are you buying for the red car? The Hoosier DOT Pros. The Hoosier DOTs. Bias ply. Alex, what do you think about the new 6.8 liter Mustang? That's an inside joke. I love it. Everyone's like, what about the 6.8 liter Mustang? I'm like, there is no such thing. There's no such thing. But it's funny to hear the rumors because now the rumors are the Coyote is being extended like indefinitely. Like it's just like Coyote. I mean, if Chevy is going full electric by the year 20, whatever the fuck, So that means the government is going to mandate all new car manufacturers have their fleet be at least 50, 60, 70%. And you know how you do that? A carbon tax. That's how you do it. Elon Musk actually approached the Biden administration, even though I think he's a genius and I love him. He said you should impose a carbon tax. I said, motherfucker, you just shut the fuck up. Because if that's the case, your rockets should be taxed to the fucking moon. That's a pretty good pun. But I don't want a carbon tax. But anyway, let's say, for instance, that happens. And the auto manufacturers become, they have to succumb to carbon taxes and they have to be mandated to have 50. You're not going to see a pushrod Mustang. You think you're going to see a pushrod Mustang if the world is going towards electric? You think you're going to see a pushrod Mustang? I'm saying mass-produced GT pushrod Mustang. If most of the world is heading towards electric or alternative fuels, not going to happen. Alex, you need a new couch. Texas is going to shit. No light, no gas. Alex, did you see what Wesley Evans posted on YouTube video because of you? No. Is he talking shit? Or is he good? Let's see. Let's see what Mr. Real Teal. Let me see. Real Teal. Here we go. Real Teal 93. What did he post? He didn't post anything, I don't think. No, he drag racing 101. Oh, I like his in-car video of the fast stick shift Fox. Let me put my headphones on so I can actually listen to it with you guys. So this video, I think he shows the part where he lifts in between shifts. So really, I'm gonna do a big screen here. Really pay attention to his right foot. Really, because we analyzed. Oh, here we go. In-car video of a fast stick shift Fox. Some douche said my videos suck. He's not wrong. So everyone is talking about flat foot shifting. I want a flat foot shift this. I want power shift. I want flat foot. Shut up. The best way to shift, in my opinion, is any stick Mustang is to slightly lift off in between shift. And this guy is one of the better drivers I've ever seen in a stick car. And he, look how fast the windows go up. A 16-volt system on deck. So look in between the shifts, how he lifts his foot. It's an 8-mile race. Again, look at his foot, right foot. Talk to me about flat foot shifting when you see a guy breathing on the throttle like that. Next time you guys talk some shit saying, oh, you gotta leave it to the wood. I leave it to the wood. Breathe on the throttle a little bit. Oh no, I got a spark coming. Shh. I got a watt box. Shh. Calm down, puppy. Lift the fucking foot off the pedal momentarily in between the shift. Alex, look into a garage yourself, a shop where you do the job yourself. You can use lift tools, just pay for the time while you're there, but it's in Miami though. Fuck that. Abel S550, fuck that. I am not going to Miami in my Mustang. No way. Going to Miami in your Mustang is wanting to get looked at, followed, and wherever you park, your wheels are fucking gone. Do not go to Miami in your Mustang. Not going to happen. At EG Performance says, okay, Alex and Van Voris said they only keep 60% off their super chats. That's true. How do you see his foot? Really, Casey? Really? Who made your intro for your video? Some guy, some fan just took clips of my shit and made a badass intro, and I love him for it, and I paid him pretty well for it, in my opinion. And again, I'm not gonna like provide special shit. And if you're making stuff on your iPhone, hey guys, if you're going to try to make intro videos for my channel and you're making them on your iPhone, miss me with that bullshit. If I can make the videos you're making, I am not going to consider you as someone that can help me edit videos. If you're using some badass software, you're adding cool graphics, cool little squiggly lines and bullshit and cool transitions, looking like you used badass software, okay, I'll pay you. But if you're doing it on Power, Windows, Movie Maker, whatever the fuck, I could do that. I am not going to pay you for that shit. Is it even worth asking the questions about 5.42 valves? Nope. I want to put some MHS stage 1 on an expedition, but probably not worth it. Thoughts? Not worth it. Not worth it. On a fucking expedition? What are you doing, dude? Just put gas in that bitch. Just put 87 octane in that bitch and just drive it till it fucking explodes, bro. Alex, any recommendations for tuning a Mercedes E63S? I'm sorry, man. Don't know shit about German cars. I wish I did, but that whole world is different, and I don't know anything about that stuff. The only ones that work on high-end stuff that I know, like McLaren's, is Hydra in West Palm Beach. I know Mitchell, who works there, but I don't know anything else about any other people that do BMWs, Mercedes, Bentley, nothing. I have no idea. Porsche, nothing. How about making your dating profile? Okay. Check it out early tonight. Gotta go deliver that bitch. Oh, SK Performance Chef. By the way, SK Performance Chef, did you buy the GT350? Is it a silver or gray one? I think you bought a GT350. I saw that on Instagram. Congrats if that's you that bought that car. Alex, would you rather daily the new stick CTSV or the Model S Plaid? The Model S Plaid, by far. The model, if they're both the same price, the Model S Plaid's like a fucking low 9-second car with a 500-mile range. Gap anything. CTSV stick. Are you fucking insane? Michael Charlton says, do you like my badass squiggly lines? Yeah, no, I don't. I like how people like, hey, Alex, you know, I can edit videos for you. Then they send me the videos and I'm like, you did that on your iPhone. That's fucking whack as shit. Franco Olervides, he says, max horsepower for crank sprocket and all gears before they break. It's not a horsepower, it's a resonance thing. Not a horsepower thing. It's an RPM and resonance thing. You can break oil pump gears bone stock if you lay on the limiter a long time. The rod or the oil pump gear is going to go first. But it's not necessarily a horsepower limit. It isn't like at 700 it's okay and at 705 it's not. It's more of a resonance and staying off the limiter thing in my opinion. So it's not an easy question to answer. Hey Alex, I know there's a difference between Gen 1 and Gen 2 Coyotes, but what about the 6R80s behind them? Did they change between Gen 1 and Gen 2? They changed strategies and I think the valve bodies, but by and large, they're the same. But I would also keep a Gen 1 trans in a Gen 1 car and a Gen 2 trans in a Gen 2 car. Hey Alex, I have a 14 MT82 CJ Comp Cam Stage 3 and 28-inch tire. What gear ratio should I get for both digs and rolls? 373. 373. I like a 373 with a 28-inch tall tire. You're going to be revving it to the moon, but with a CJ and Comp Cams, you should be able to rev it to 8,000 no problem. Stupid windmills, old infrastructure, good. New green, shit sucks. I always play with my viewers that the new badass engines they are making are going to be put in the Mach-E. Just a joke, EG Performance says. Pat the One says, new technology and innovation, traditional ICE vehicles. All right. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Rentec tuning for E63Ss. There you go, Rentec. If you want Rentec, if you want the Mercedes tuning, Rentec, according to Phil. There you go. So I bent the shit out of my axle tube. I got a ported 18 manifold. Yes, I'm poured. Lundy 85 tune MST2 stuff. Will a CHE brace actually save my new rear end? Brace it and weld the tubes. Brace it and weld the tubes, and it'll give you a better shot. Squeak when slowing down in third gear. Any idea? Squeak when slowing down in third gear. Any idea? I don't know what he's saying. Should I pull my 350s out for my nitrous Gen 1 6R80 car with a 4C converter, full bolt on? No, keep the 315s in there. Why? The more power you make, the better those gears will work for you. I'd keep those gears in there. Thoughts on the 2020 GT500 finally getting trans tuning? Wow, you must be new here. I talked about it on the Peasant Chat. Finally got some trans tuning. I think there's still an issue with pressure. I think they're going to need to upgrade the clutches on the DCT, and you got to be able to apply a lot of pressure because at a certain power level, they're starting to slip. And the way they protect themselves is they seem to go to neutral. You guys have seen some videos of some GT500s going 1, 2, bop, 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 smacks a limiter. And you're like, why? It's because the clutch is just neutral out, or the trans just neutrals out to protect itself. The Trip Muscle, what do you think about the Tremec 3160 manual transmission for the 2021 Mach? I'm thinking about getting one. It's weaker than the MT82. Anyone that thinks the Tremec in the Mach 1 is any better than the MT82 should drive a GT350 and ask a trans builder about the strength of a GT350 trans, because that's the same trans. Alex Cisnero says, thanks, bro. El Coyote says, Alex, I got a Can 3 valve or straight Padico boost to daily. Boy, it's either like get fucked in the ass or suck dick. El Coyote literally asked me, would you suck dick or get fucked in the ass? Cammed 3-valve or straight piped EcoBoost to daily? Hey, Alex, would you rather suck dick or get fucked in the ass? Either way, you're gay. So whatever you're comfortable, whatever gayness you're comfortable with, have at it, brother. I can't suggest it because I'm straight as fuck. What do you think about the Gen 3 Coyote swapping to a C10? Why? Like, why? Just to piss people off? The C10's a great looking truck. Why not do a Gen 2? Why a Gen 3? Why not do a Gen 2? Why not do a Gen 1? I don't understand why you would do that. Because unless you're looking to people to hate your ass, I don't get it. Taylor, our other business partner, picked up the 350R. My 350 is a Hellion 17 track pack. We sold our Terminators and moved on to the 350s. Done with the dinosaur, on to the newer stuff. Smart man. The 350s will be worth more money because they stopped making them. Bet me on that. Tough Builds Custom says, I have a 2016 Mustang. Should I stick with a stock drive shaft or should I get a carbon fiber drive shaft? I don't know what your car's done to it, or what's done to your car. I don't know what your car, if your car's stock, does it make, what kind of power it makes? Is it an auto? Is it a manual? I have no idea. Tough Builds Customs. I have no idea. So if you're gonna upgrade to anything, why not just get like a G-Force aluminum drive shaft? I don't think all of our cars have G-Force aluminum drive shafts, and they make 1300 wheel. Party El Marty says, people think the MT82 is shit because all the non-driving motherfuckers who break them thinking they can bang gears. Alex, going back to the Mustang platform, and I'm indecisive between an 810 or a 350, and I want a twin turbo. And have some power to it. What's your opinion? Z06 Sam, do you want to do minimal work, or do you want to have a lot of fun? The automatic Mustangs are boring as shit, but they're fast. They're fast, but they're boring as shit. A twin turbo GT350, stop, turn, accelerate, and it'll be more fun because it's a stick. I would rather do that. EcoBoost trucks sound like a GM 3.1 in alumina. C10 swap has already been done, and that's old shit. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's not that special. The MS109 tune, is it worth any power to switch to C16 tune to be changed? Now, Tom DeAlessio, they both have higher octane. I don't think you're going to gain much one over the other, in my opinion. Franco Oliveira, thoughts on removing the front crash bar to replace it with the intercooler like the ESS Supercharger saw. Gen 2 install and they removed the entire bar, monitored the cooler there. Is that safe? I want some kind of bar there. I want some structural rigidity. I like the Steeda delete kit. I want something there. You know, I even think the Lund Racing has something there, but they have front mount intercoolers. But I think you need something there, in my opinion. Does Lund tune on the weekend? Unless you schedule a remote trackside support, meaning you're at a track and you schedule it way ahead of time, sure. But if you're like, hey, I got the weekend free and I need you to do my car, that's not how it works. We work Monday through Friday, 7 to 4:30. 315s allow for second 60 roll, says Corn-Fed Coyote, wearing makeup. Clapped out 3-valve, yes. Spitfires and knockoff K&N or Toyota Xenia. Thank you for your opinion. Was thinking the same thing. Z06 Sam. It would be a lot more fun to have a 350 twin turbo than a 10R80 car. But the 10R80 car will roll out and make really good power. But you'll do minimal work and you'll get bored of it real quick. That house has got a shitter outside. 2000 MCR with that dating channel references. I got about 7 minutes left. So get your questions in. 7 minutes left. I'll get the fuck out of here. Not wanting to pay a ridiculous amount of money. Got it. Why can't I bang second to third on my MTD2 on higher PMs when I have a McLeod twin disc and a Barton short throw shifter in my Gen 1 fully bolted on? That is interesting. Does the clutch pedal feel soft when you take off? Tell me if the clutch pedal feels soft when you take off. Tough Bill Custom says, auto, sadly, Sage 2-tune purple drank my drive shaft, bro. Okay. Automatically, sadly. Sage 2-tune. Oh. Purple drank my drive shaft, bro. Okay. G-Force drive shaft, sir. I don't know what he's saying, but G-Force drive shaft works. Alex, hey Alex, what do you think of point litas? of point tolitas? The real teal car, the 351 Cleveland. That car sounds nasty. I think it's a Windsor. Just a super high compression Windsor. Recaro or Corbeau, Recaro, tranny going out. How much can Roush 2.3 liter Gen 2 6R80 make? The trans? It can make 800, no problem. Make 100 no problem. EG Performance hit me up here, and I think fucking, he's watching the show. Jonathan Flores hit me up. He said something about Straight Savage, and then Big Bo hit me up on Instagram. All these guys are Instagramming my shit. Okay. Cool. Actually, I've also seen a 350 getting a T56 swap, but I can't find anywhere what is needed. What advice would you know or shop that might know? The T56 swap on a 350 is the same as a Gen 2 Mustang T56 swap. It's no big deal. There's a Bowler box that I believe converts the OSS signal and makes it proper. And all you need to do in the tune is let us know that you have a T56. So if you buy a T56 swap kit with the right spline, the right clutch, the right cross member, the right shifter, and the Bowler box, which is like a Speedo conversion box, all you need to do is let us know that, hey, Alex, I got a 2017 GT250 with a Bowler box T56. We send you a tune, and the Speedo should work just like factory. That kid who just blew out his oil pan drain, it's just a 6. He has a T56 in his GT250, so we basically give you his tune. Tough little customs anytime, brother. I gotcha. It's a Windsor, says Mavstang Fred. Yeah, Real Teal's car is a big inch Windsor, big compression, like big boy compression, 13 to 5 or something like that. Lewis Cruz, 2-3 Roush can make 900 on a 63 millimeter pulley, says Jeff S. There you go. The Danimal says, people really need to read what they type before they post in the chat. Nah, I like it. Some guy said he's going to buy a fucking plane, the Danimal. A plane! And they don't know what BlizzX are. Man of War tomorrow. Wait till you see what he did. Oh, I did a little social experiment. Let me check in on my social experiment on that dating channel. Let me see. Let me see if I got any new hits. Oh shit! Oh, it's gonna be lit tomorrow. Let me see. Oh hell yeah! Oh my god! Tomorrow is gonna be so fucking lit. Nice little social experiment, KC526, and it's working. It's freaking working. Adam Tanker Leslie says, Coyote 6 already swapped into my F100 and I really like to have the sport shift working. Using a stock style column shifter, what are the button or paddle options to play nice with my PBH harness? Is it a Gen 1 or Gen 2? Adam Tanker Leslie. Thinking about trading my 14 GT500 for a 19 350, would it be a mistake? Nope. Now, the 14 GT500 tickles some guys' buttholes because it is the last muscle car that Ford built. That is that is not a pony car. That is a big, dumb, stupid, big motor, grunty, dumb car that doesn't do anything particularly well except go straight. So to me, that defines muscle car. Whereas the Mustang GT to me is more of a sports car or a pony car. So if you want to have the notoriety and like have the last of the big muscle cars that Ford ever made, sure, keep the 14 GT500. The reason I bought the 14 is because it was priced right and I want to go drag racing in it, and I bought it. If someone had a twin turbo built motor 350 for decent money, I would have bought that. But I would still think the better driving experience by far is the GT350. Excessive crankcase pressure blew out that drain plug. Yep. So he's got an issue with the catch can, or he's getting too much power going. He's too much boost going around the pistons and getting into the crank case. So he's got to figure out how to get that shit out of there. Would you still want to get a Boss 2 Laguna Seca one day? Absolutely, Eminem. Eminem, I want every car. I want every freaking car. If I can swing it and this channel keeps pumping it out, I'm going to keep buying fucking cars. Fuck it. Bumble Swipe says the Danimal. That's tomorrow. Picture of you on a Midnight Express. Oh, yeah. Let me show you one of them. Let me just show you one of them. Hold on. This is for the guys who, for the guys that joined the dating channel. This is now my profile picture. That's it. I'll just show you that. Oh, it's fucking great. It's a ton of fun. This is about that Midnight Express gig, huh? He's got a Gen 1 14 Mustang. Did Shelby Dave make it onto the Midnight? Not yet. Social experiment for the win. Alex, have a nice evening. Iron Bull. See you later, Iron Bull. What's the disadvantages of locking out the cams? Drivability. You got to know where to lock them out. It's not just like lock them out at their park position and things are going to be fine. No, you got to know where to lock them out. And if you lock them out at the best spot where they make high RPM horsepower, they're going to drive like shit. It's going to drive like a cammed car. Elijah Freeman says, what's the disadvantage? I already got that. I want every car too, says AC469. Do you recommend using the factory header gasket when doing long tube headers? If it's not fucked up, absolutely. Everyone's laughing at the picture. I can't wait for tomorrow's chat. Fake as fuck and still working. Not only did it work, Patrick, I'm thriving. So either the women here are fucking stupid. You should hear what I wrote for my profile bio. It's unbelievable. I'm hoping Belloc offers a non-bead like 15-inch for Mustang soon. I wonder if they do custom work. That's a question I need to ask them. Their 5-star wheel is the shit. How are you going to afford a ring if you keep buying cars? Girl, I don't got to buy you a ring. You got the dough. What's your opinion on rim width for the 275 tire? I see the big power cars running a 12-inch rim. They said it helps contact patch. Yeah, but they stretched the tire. They stretch the shit out of the tire. I think a 10 or 11-inch rim is fine. If you want to stretch the tire and you got enough room in the tub for that bitch, yeah, fuck it, 12-inch, why not? And he goes, wanting to go on the boat yet? Oh, yeah. Give us a teaser for tomorrow. No, we're good. All right, guys, it's an hour and a half. Thank you very much for everyone that tuned into today's Talking Shit episode. Talking Shit is available every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, and the Peasant Chat for Talking Shit, where you do not have to pay for questions to be answered. Actually, I think I missed a couple of questions, so I want to make sure I don't go crazy here. Plan on rebuilding my Gen 3 to get rid of the rattle noise. I plan on living at 720 to 750 wheels. Should I sleeve it or just rods and pistons? Daniel Mello, rods and pistons, and you should be good to go. And Alex, would Shelby Dave think about our 2020 twin turbo GT? Okay, HPJ, by the way, HPJ building the first. Okay, there's a controversy, a miniature controversy as to who built it first, HPJ or Fat House. As far as I know, I saw HPJ's drive. I'm not saying Fat House hasn't, but I haven't seen it drive yet. And theirs is tuned and done and good. So HPJ, congratulations on having what I consider the first driving 2020 twin turbo GT500. He said, Alex, what would Shelby Dave think about the 2020 twin turbo Shelby? Thanks for the support, buddy. He'd love it because he doesn't have to shift the gears. Now you put a sequential T56 in that motherfucker. Shelby Dave will really love that shit. That'd be awesome. Slow Cobra says, O3 Cobra, what race fuel can replace 93 and boosting tune? If that's even possible, C16, any fuel that has 14.7 stoic. Any race gas that has 14.7 stoic. 260 GT, C10, or C16. But, okay, let me get the fuck out of here because you're going to keep asking questions until then I'm going to stay here all day. So, for those of you that watch the dating channel, that's tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Talking Shit is 8 p.m. Tuesdays, 9:30 a.m. Saturdays or Sundays? I forget. I think it's Sunday. Sunday. Yes, Sunday is Peasant Chat, 9:30 a.m., 8 p.m. Tuesdays. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. For those of you that watch the dating channel, I will see you guys tomorrow. And I love the going out thing, the fuck you, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks a lot.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Fucking idiot.
Have a good night, guys. I'm out of here.